Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel eLearners, and I'm Gurpreet Kaur, and I just hope you all are fine and healthy at your place. So this video is going to be very useful for the people who are preparing for their general training exam. Yes, you got it right. I am talking about the writing task 1 of GT students, that is letters. I got many requests for this video as many of my students are going to take their GT exam in the coming months. So I thought of making this video. So in this video we will be discussing about the do's and don'ts of letters and how to get good bands in the writing. Good bands means 7 bands in your writing, because GT students need 7 bands in their writing module. So without wasting much time, let's get started. Alright, so before starting with the do's and don'ts and the structure and format of the writing task 1, that is letters, let's have a look on the instructions of letters. So number 1 is same, that is 150 words limit. It's same for academics and as well as for the GT students. So you have to write at least 150 words. If you are writing less than 150 words, your band will be deducted and you will be penalized for that. Then is 20 minutes time. You will get 20 minutes time for your writing task 1. No extra time will be given to you. You will get 60 minutes in total. So it's up to you how much time you are taking for your writing task 1 and writing task 2. As per the instructions, you should give only 20 minutes to your writing task 1 and 40 minutes to your writing task 2. Next thing is, most important is to use correct tone. So while writing the letters, what matters the most is your tone. Your tone should be accurate and it should match the purpose of the letter. If it is a formal letter, your tone should be formal. Next, as letters are formal and informal, so letters are of two types, formal and informal. Formal letters can be written to the managers, principals, CEOs, municipal corporations. The positions which are held by the government officials are the formal positions, and you are supposed to write the letter to them in a formal tone and in a formal format. Next is informal. So informal letters can be written to your family, friends, relatives, and to your neighbors and your colleagues. So these all comes under the category of informal. When you are writing the informal letters, use the tone of the letter accordingly. The last is address all the 3 points mentioned in the letter. So you are given 3 points, that means 3 hints. As you can see on your screen, I'm showing it to you. This is the question which is given to you as letter. So you will be given 3 points of a letter. So you are supposed to cover all these 3 points in your letter, and if you are not covering all of them, it means you are not achieving your task properly, you are not completing your task properly, and you will be penalized for that. So make sure you are covering all 3 points in your letter. So here I have got the comparison of formal and informal letters. So we'll discuss one by one that what we are expected to do in formal letters and in the informal letters. So there are some differences in both of them, so let's just discuss them first. So here we have the instructions for the formal letters, and here we have the instructions for the informal letters. So in the formal letter, number 1 is written to an unknown person or someone who is at higher and respectable position. That means formal letters are written to those who are unknown to us, plus who are holding some respectable and higher positions. For example, if you are writing a letter to a municipal corporation of your area, or if you are writing a letter to the police officer of your area, so that means they are at higher position and they are sitting at respectable positions, and plus they are government officials. So we are expected to write the letters to them in the formal format. Now in the informal, these are written to the known people, and they can be your family members, friends, relatives, neighbors, classmates, and colleagues. So all of them are known to us. So when we are writing the letters to our family members, our colleagues, classmates, friends, and relatives, then we use the informal tone and the informal format, right? Next, no contractions are allowed. So you are not allowed to write any kind of contractions while you are writing your formal letters. Contraction means using the short forms of your words, like here, I am. So don't write it as like I'm, I will, I'll. So you can use contractions in the informal letter, but you are not allowed to use them in the formal letters. So you have to write the full-fledged words when you are writing the formal letters. Now the next point is using more passive expressions in the formal letters and using more active expressions in the informal letters. So now what are active and passive expressions? These are nothing but active and passive voice which we do in the grammar part. For example, I'll do your work. In the passive, we will say that your work will be done by me. You have to use the active voice in the informal letters and the passive voice in the formal letters. For example, if I have to say that I will appreciate your response, if I am saying this thing in the formal letter, so I need to change it in the passive voice. So I'll write your response will be highly appreciated. So I have used the passive tone. So use more or more passive tone when you are writing the formal letters. And when you're writing the informal letters, you can use active voice like I'll be happy if you reply soon. Right? So there is no need to use the passive expressions when you're writing the informal letters. Now the last difference is use more of expressions using modals, and in this use less modals expression. So now what do we mean by expressions using modals? It means an expression in which we are using a modal. For example, I have used would here. So would comes in the modals part, and I have used this will here. I will be happy to get your help on this. So I have simply used a simple sentence using will, but here I have used modal. So these were the differences which I have explained to you. I hope all of these are clear to you, and please make sure you keep these points in your mind when writing your letters. First of all, you need to be very clear about the letter, that what is the purpose of this letter and in which category does this letter fall. Is it falling in the informal category or is it falling in the formal category? So once you have decided that this is a formal or informal letter, then get these points into your mind while writing that letter. So when you know these points while writing your letter will be very much impressive, and you can definitely get 7 bands easily in your letter part. Okay, so let's move forward to the structure of a letter. And this is really very important, that when you are writing your letter should be in the proper format and you should follow this structure. If you are not following this structure while writing your letter, you will lose your bands. So as you can see on your screen also, that I am showing you one letter. So in letter, your question is given to you, and under that 3 points are given, 3 bullet points are given to you. These points are given to you because they want you to write the letter according to those points. They don't want you to write the irrelevant material. So these points are given that you are stick to the question and you are not writing the irrelevant material. So these are the points which you are required to cover in your letters. So number 1 is salutation, second is paragraph 1, 2 and paragraph 3. Then comes the closing line, and then is salutation and the name. Now this is not a letter which we used to write in the 10th, 11th, 12th class or in our school times, in which we used to write the address of the recipient or sender's address and all that. No, it's just a very simple letter. You need to start this letter from just salutation, that is dear sir. That's it. There is no need of writing a date, address and nothing. You just start your letter from the salutation, that is dear. Now dear can be, now if you are writing your letter to the formal people, to the officials, to the government officials or the people who are unknown to you, as I have told you before, then always use dear sir or ma'am. Do not use the name of that particular person. And it is also not recommended that you write the name of that person in the formal letters. Just write dear sir or ma'am. Now, if you are writing the letter to your father, mother, brother, sister, you can write dear father, dear mother, dear sister or dear brother, right? And if you are writing your letter to the relatives, you can write dear uncle, aunt. And if you are writing the letter to your friend, you can write like I have written here, dear Simran, dear Kiran. And if you are writing your letters to the friends, you can mention their names. Now, from here, your letter starts. In the first paragraph, you are required to introduce yourself very first. That is, you will say that my name is XYZ or ABC. You are not required to mention your original name. Always do mention the artificial name, that is XYZ or ABC. And always describe your city also when you are mentioning your name. And your city can also be artificial. So you need not to mention the full address of yourself. Now, after that, when you introduced yourself, now write the reason. Now mention the reason why you are writing this letter. For example, you are writing the letter to the municipal corporation of your area for some of the society's work. So mention that which work you are going to talk about, plus first bullet points. So as I have told you that you are given 3 bullet points. So in the first paragraph, when you introduce yourself, after that you mention the reason of the letter. And after that, you have to elaborate the point number 1 that is given to you. So elaborate that in the very first paragraph only. Okay. So now moving forward, then comes the paragraph number 2. In this, you are just required to elaborate the second bullet point. Nothing extra is required in this paragraph. Just explain the bullet point 2. And do not stretch it. Just write whatever is required. Do not write irrelevant material. In the paragraph 3, you are going to elaborate the point number 3, and the same as I've told you in the point number 2, do not write irrelevant, just write as it is asked to you in the bullet point. Now, when you have mentioned these points, now comes the closing line. Okay, so closing line is required, and it is required when you are expecting a response from the recipient. For example, if you have written the letter to the municipal corporation and you are expecting a response from them, you need to write that I am looking forward to hearing from you. This is a formal line which you need to mention at the end of your letter. And if you are expecting a response from your family member or from your friend or relative or colleague and whatever, like if you are expecting your response in informal letter, you can write it, hope to hear from you soon. So that means there is a difference of tone. So in this, your tone is little informal. So try to use the tone according to the letter. If you're writing informal, then write your letter accordingly. And if you're writing formal letter, then use the words and the tone accordingly. In the last, salutation and name. So some people do write yours loving friend, yours loving brother, or yours loving daughter and son. I don't feel that there is need to write all these things because we are not writing these letters in our school time. So according to the IELTS pattern and according to the IELTS writing pattern exam, you are just required to write the salutation, that is yours sincerely. It is okay with all the letters, whether you are writing the informal or you are writing the formal letters. There is no problem. You can use yours sincerely salutation in every letter. And it's my suggestion, please do write this only. Do not use the words your loving friend or your loving son and daughter. Do not use that kind of words. Just write yours sincerely and then your name. Obviously, the name which you have written in the first paragraph in which you have introduced yourself. If you have written XYZ, do write your XYZ. Don't do the thing that if you have written XYZ here and you are writing ABC here. So please do check when you are writing the salutation and the name. And this is how you are framing your letter. So this was the structure of a letter you are required to follow when you are writing the writing task 1. Alright, so that's all for today, and one thing is left in this video, that is using different expressions and using the appropriate starting lines for the different expressions and the situations of the letter. I will be discussing that in my next video because this video was getting too long, and please keep all these instructions and points in your mind when you are writing your letters. And I hope these would have helped you a lot. In my next video, I will try to cover all those points which are left in this video. And if you find my videos useful, please do share it with your friends also. And if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, please do it, and also hit the bell icon so that you get notified whenever my videos are out. So till then, stay tuned, stay healthy and stay safe. Thank you for watching.